Well, we're back in the back on my morning walk. It's a lovely little tree in the middle of the woods. I think it's a cherry tree. Little blast of white as the green becomes more obvious with the spring. There's a saying, and it's a well-known saying, that they couldn't see the wood for the trees. They couldn't see the wood for the trees. And what this saying kind of picks up on is that sometimes we're so overwhelmed by the things that we don't see what's going on behind. We don't see the realities behind. So you can see the woods, but you can't see the structures behind, the patterns behind, and the structures behind. And the other week I went for a walk through some fairly dense wood. There was a path, and we followed this path through this very dense wood, and we came out, and I thought I'd gone straight through the woods, but I found out that I was back on the path that I had started from. I had basically walked into the woods and done a big circle and come back out almost where I began. I couldn't see the wood for the trees. We're thinking about the Easter story, and it's very obvious that the disciples and the religious leaders couldn't see the wood for the trees. They were so taken up with what was going on around them that they couldn't see behind those things a pattern. And it's not surprising, because they're frail and we're frail human beings, but behind everything that happens in life there is a pattern. But the Bible does indicate, if we know it, that there was a pattern. And so Psalm 69, a song that was written by a king many hundreds of years earlier, speaks about Jesus, but in a way that really needs some thought. Psalm 69, I know that I am scorned, disgraced and shamed. All my enemies are before me. Scorn has broken my heart and left me helpless. He goes on to say, I looked for sympathy, but there was none. For comforters, but I found none. They put gall in my food and gave me vinegar for my thirst. And we've just considered the final moments of Jesus' life, and they put gall and vinegar on a sponge and lifted it to his lips. Well, the psalmist goes on to request that the enemies become, that the enemy's plans become a snare. And then he says, I will praise God's name in my song and glorify him with thanksgiving. This will please God, for more than an ox, more than a bull, with its horns and hooves, the poor will see and be glad. And you who seek God, may your hearts live. The Lord hears the needy and does not despise his captive people. And so, in the middle of the woods of Jesus' life and the busyness of Jesus' life, the confusion of Jesus' life, there is a clarity. Behind it all, God is at work. And even on a day like this, this is the day we remember that Jesus was laid in the grave. There's a song, a modern song, and God rested. God rested. It's speaking about Jesus Christ. He rested from his work. Well, we're looking at the world around us, and it seems utterly confusing, but we have this encouragement that behind all the confusion is a plan of God. Behind the confusion and uncertainty of our lives, there is a plan. Well, today, from me and my little hairy friend down in the woods, may God bless you and keep you, cause his face to shine upon you and give you peace.